I'm Librarian and I've just finished reading Scott Meyer's Off to be the Wizard. The book is all about this little fella, right here. Isn't he adorable in little 8-bit pixels? And as the back of the book says, he's a regular guy who travels back to the time of King Arthur's court after hacking reality. What could possibly go wrong? Well, actually quite a lot could go wrong, because otherwise if it didn't, this book would be over really quickly and it'd be rather pointless. So yeah, by day, Martin Banks is a little computer nerd in a dead-end job, but by night, he's still a nerd, but he's a nerd that hacks the internet for fun. So one night, while hacking around the internet, he finds a computer program that holds data and information on everyone and everything that's ever existed. And Martin soon realises that by adjusting a little variable here and there, he can control reality. And after a day or two of fooling around with this website and changing things here and there, he realises that, you know what, this could get him into a lot of trouble. So he devises a plan. He creates an app for the programme on his phone, and within that app he creates an escape button, one which when pressed will take him back to medieval England, but he plans on never ever ever having to use that button. So naturally he's forced to use it within 48 hours, finds himself being flung back through time, and basically shit goes down. Now let me just clear the air and say what my one viewer is screaming at the camera. Martin is a fucking idiot. He pretty much discovers the powers of a god, but much like Bruce Almighty, he just goes around using them all the wrong way. I mean, fuck's sake, Martin, you're a nerd, you're supposed to be smart. Use your brain. Don't think big, think small. Tired of not being able to reach things off the top shelf? Well, no worry, you've got the powers of God. Just adjust your height a little bit every now and then, and within a few weeks you'll be 6 foot whatever you want to be, and no one will have noticed the difference. Fed up of not being able to buy all those really nice expensive items that you want? Well, instead of being stupid and just making yourself a millionaire overnight, make small, realistic sized amounts of money appear into your account over a steady period of weeks or months, and eventually you'll have enough to buy whatever you want without drawing unsolicited attention to yourself. Don't just jump from 5 foot 8 inches tall to being 7 foot tall overnight. Don't dump millions of pounds into a bank account which usually only holds around £250. Don't let yourself get really angry at the fact that people laugh at the small of your tiny penis while you're getting changed in the gym locker rooms, so you decide to alter reality and give yourself a member, which would make most horses jealous. People are going to notice the sudden difference in you, assume that you've spent loads of cash on plastic surgery, wonder where you got that money from, and then they're still going to come after you. And to be honest, it's not that comfortable walking around something that big in your trousers all the time. It's called being subtle, Martin. It's called being subtle. This entire book could have been avoided if only the main character had shown a little restraint. There's no need to show your entire hand to every Tom, Dick and Harry that might be around. Let me give you an example of when people should be subtle. The other day, 2 young guys came into work, walked straight up to the counter and asked us, where do we keep the books on cannabis? Naturally, in response, they received a silent and judgmental stare. Slightly unnerved, but still wanting to find out where the cannabis books were, they added that it was for a school project. Once again, the silent stare. Then one of them did the whole looking down at the floor, kicking the dust around, and sort of said, you know, it's for a school project to find out what are the side effects it has on you, you know, all the bad side effects and how it can be detrimental to your health. And that's the only reason they want the books, really, is, you know, school project, isn't it? Well, lads, fucks you up, didn't it? To be fair to them, they did shuffle off after this because I think they were maybe slightly embarrassed and they were sort of drawing attention to themselves. But never fear, they may have been down, but they were certainly not out. Because later on, they were seen upstairs in the gardening section, flicking through books on herbs. I mean, what a bunch of idiots. Everyone knows we keep the cannabis books in the agricultural section. Kids these days. Martin, if you can hear me, take note of these 2 idiots because they took the bold, brash, upfront approach and look what it got them. Nowhere. I mean, those 2 stoners would have been so much better off if they've come up to the counter and just asked someone if we had a reference catalogue they could peruse, thus allowing them to look up cannabis, locate its Dewey Decimal Number, and then go find that number within the library, minimalising their interaction with librarians. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that being subtle is the way to go every single time. I mean, there are some situations which favour the brash approach. Like when you're walking down the street and you see a fit guy or gal. Oh, I felt really slimy and pervy saying that. I don't know if I'm going to keep that bit in or not. I probably will, knowing me. I mean, sure, you could try and be subtle and just try and catch a glimpse of them in your peripheral vision, showing no outward signs that you think they're attractive. Or you could walk past them, eyes straight ahead, and then wait until you're a few steps away, and then slowly turn back round and try and check them out, hoping that maybe they'll do the same thing to you. But let's be honest, when does that get you anywhere? Of course it doesn't get you anywhere. You're showing no outward signs that you found that random person attractive. So how the hell are they supposed to know that they even registered on your swing radar? You have to make it obvious. You need to look at them, make eye contact with them as they walk by, turn your head as they go, and make sure that you smile. In this situation, your basic aim is to hold up a massive billboard with huge letters that says, "Hi, random person walking past me. I don't know you, you don't know me, but I think you're totally hot. So why don't we get together for a coffee where we can discuss marriage plans?" If you're upfront and bold about it, they're more likely to realise that you like them, and you never know, they might reciprocate it, in which case, huzzah! Basically what I'm saying is that in this book, Martin handled the situation wrong. He needs to adjust how he approaches different things. Sometimes you need to be subtle, sometimes you need to be direct. It's worth noting, however, that whilst being obvious is really good at showing someone that you fancy them, it's best to draw the line at the whole eyes popping out, tongue rolling onto the floor whilst howling kind of thing. There's a really big difference between being confidently upfront and being cartoon physics creepily upfront. I mean, I struggle with that bit sometimes, and it can be really embarrassing, especially when the whole drooling thing kicks in. I think it's because I get really nervous when I'm around people I find attractive. I end up getting really tense and making a massive fool of myself. If only there was a way for me to not be so wound up and so tense all the time. If there was I wonder if this could help me relax and therefore I'd make less of a fool of myself all the time. Worth trying. I'm going to end the video right there because I've got some pretty interesting research to go get on to. So, see you for now. Bye.